Hey guys, this is just a really quick one. I was getting ready to leave and I looked at the docket and here it was. It was already filed. So I'm just going to read this real quick just because I love this reply. It is responded to by Ellen and it is the response to the motion for sanctions against Jamey, claiming that what he says that he showed her on the set is not what she saw, which we know is ridiculous. We knew it all along, and now we have it confirmed. If you hadn't heard about this, hi, Christina. You're amazing. I didn't even want to bother you because I knew you were busy. Hey, you guys came back. I didn't know if anybody would come back since I just talked for 2 hours. But this is so important, this one. So, if you're not familiar with this, Blake claimed that the birthing video that Jamey shared with her on set, that what he provided in Discovery is not the same video. She claimed that what she saw, she thought was, the nasty P word I'm not allowed to say because someone is trying to report my stuff again, and get it demonetized. They succeeded in one already, but anyway, she tried to claim that it was something that it wasn't. And then we saw the video and it was beautiful, and we can understand why on a set where there is going to be a birth, that for creative purposes, a birthing video would be shared. This is normal. I know it's not normal for if you work in an accounting firm or if you work in a school or if you work in an office of any kind, you wouldn't share birthing videos without permission. But when you are talking about portraying a birth, it would be silly to not consider different options and not to look at different videos to help with the creative process. But she had claimed that she thought it was something that rhymes with corn. And then we saw the video and it was a water birth. If any of you have had a water birth or ever seen a water birth, you know that there is nothing like what Blake described. She described something as like spread eagle nudity. And then you see this and you're like, wait a minute, it all happens underwater. How could it possibly be what she's describing it as? The scene that she described is impossible for a water birth. You're never going to have that there. So I knew something was wrong. Well, time has passed. She's had this video for a while. She's getting close to trial. She's getting desperate because she has not been able to prove a case. Now, suddenly, after having the video since, well, they say the dates in there. We'll get to that, so I don't want to misquote it. Now she's like, oh, that's not what I saw. There, and then claims that during his deposition, she learns that there's another video. And then, of course, this has all made its rounds on mainstream media that's controlled very much by Blake and Ryan, claiming that, oh, there was a whole different video that he showed her, but then that's not what he presented to court. And of course, a sanction Saturday, she asked for sanctions. Is that the one that came on Saturday? I can't remember. There was one that came on Saturday. And we have the response. And here's what it says. I'm just going to read it. Dear Judge Lyman, plaintiff asks this court, and it's beautifully written because it's Queen Ellyn. Plaintiff asks this court to impose draconian sanctions against defendant Jamey Heath pursuant to Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 37B2A for failing to provide video footage of his wife in labor and giving birth in violation of the court's August 27, 2025 order on Lively's omnibus motion to compel, otherwise referred to as the order. Specifically, Lively seeks an order compelling Mr. Heath to produce all video footage depicting the birth video. She asked for extreme things in her sanction motion. She asked for all video depicting the birth because she wants to be able to go through and find the worst possible one and say, this is what I saw, this is what he showed me. Okay? And she also asked that the court instruct the jury to just take her word for it that that's not what she saw. Not only that, to tie his hands and mute him and not allow him to defend himself against this claim. They are extraordinary requests for sanctions. Basically, it is listen to Blake's story, whatever she wants to tell you, and Jamey doesn't get to say anything. Plus, of course, monetary. That's what she asked for. It's ridiculous. What am I reading? I'm reading the response to this motion for sanctions against Jamey Heath for supposedly not turning into the court the birth video that he showed her, because she claims, oh, that's not what I saw. Now remember, in her claims, she said she glanced at it for a second and she's like, oh, I'll watch that later. Okay, and now all of a sudden she recalls in perfect clarity what she saw, and that what he's provided was not what she saw that day. And so because of that, she wants all these extraordinary sanctions. So now she's saying, I want all video footage depicting the birth, which is an extreme thing to ask of a non-party, Natasha Heath. Something so private. It was just enraging that she would do that. This woman who's claiming to be the mouthpiece of women. And this is what she's doing. She has made so many victims of women, and yet we get constantly accused of not standing on women's side because we don't fawn over a celebrity. Lively does not come close to meeting Rule 37B's requirement for the severe sanctions that she seeks. Oh, wait, I think I didn't finish that last sentence. Precluding Mr. Heath from offering any evidence, including written or oral testimony, on the topic of his showing the birth video or any other portion thereof to Miss Lively. So basically, he doesn't get to say anything. He's got to sit there and stare at the wall like he had to in her trailer. The two flaws fatal to Lively's motion are that she never requested this footage in discovery prior to the discovery cutoff, so too late, and there is no clear, unambiguous court order compelling production of the full birthing videos. The order directed the production only of the video requested in Lively's request for documents number 108, which sought documents concerning your allegation in paragraph 101 of the Wayfarer Southern District of New York complaint that Lively falsely suggested that she was shown, this word I can't say on YouTube, or naked images of Heath's wife on set. Paragraph 101 in turn states that what Lively saw was the first image at the start of the video, which shows Heath's wife, himself, and their baby, and we've all seen that. After his wife gave birth at home, a natural birth or home birth, and that Lively falsely suggested that she was shown the other thing, or naked images of Heath's wife on set. Naturally, a video including the newborn was taken after her birth. Lively's pleadings state that Heath started playing a video of a fully nude woman with her legs spread apart. This is not inconsistent with the, I think she means consistent. This is not consistent with the post-delivery video shown to Lively. This is precisely what was produced on August 22nd, 2025. Even prior to issuance of the order, Lively now belatedly denies that this was the video she was shown by Heath. However, Lively, who has repeatedly and variously described what she was allegedly shown in May 2023, did not object to the video produced on August 22nd, was not the one that was shown. As requested by Lively's request for production number 108, to the extent Lively somehow believed RFP number 108 encompassed all videos relating to a birth, it did not. So, it was produced on August 22nd. She's had it all this time, and now all of a sudden, this late in the game, she's like, "Oh, that's not what I saw." Now you have to shut him up. He can't defend himself and tell the jury just to believe me. It is insane, this request. And I love this footnote. It's Ellen just looking over at Blake, giving her the up and down and saying, "Shut up, Blake." Heath, at the director's recommendation, attempted to show Lively the video. Lively characterizes this as an incident of harassment. This is one of her harassment claims. As a mother of 4 and an actress who was shooting a birthing scene for the film, Lively should know better. Exactly. Thank you, Glow Loves Books. Blake is disgusting and violating Natasha for public view. Exactly, for a big ol' PR story. Because she knew that Natasha's story wasn't going to get put out there. Only what she puts out there gets out there. And it sounds like, oh, he's hiding the real video. He showed a fake video. It is nonsense. This is nothing more than a desperate plea. It's a Hail Mary pass at the very end to try to do something to help her win this unwinnable case. That the video produced was not what she saw, so this is her claim. She then failed to timely file a motion to compel prior to the close of fact discovery on September 30th, 2025. Over a month passed from the time she got the video. She said nothing. To that extent, the sanctions motion is a thinly disguised and untimely motion to compel. It should be denied. Indeed. Lively now contends that she should be allowed to cull through highly intimate and personal footage to find the portions that match her narrative that was shown that she was shown the actual birth, and when in fact she was not. The intrusion into the highly sensitive moments of a woman's labor and birth cannot be justified merely on the claim that Lively may find what she claims she saw. In short, Lively fails to show that she's entitled to sensitive private footage of Natasha Heath in labor and giving birth, particularly since Lively only requested the short video showing Heath, his wife, and their newborn immediately after birth. Lively did not and does not seek clarity on the scope of the order, but as has become her unfortunate habit in this case, asked this court to jump right to the most severe sanction available, an order precluding evidence relevant to Heath's defense against Lively's harassment claim. In fact, this is only one in a string of sanctions motions in which Lively, recognizing she knows exactly what's going on, recognizing that discovery failed to yield evidence to support her claims, it's the dance video all over again, seeks an adverse inference or preclusion order that would relieve of her of having to prove her claims by eliminating evidence favorable to the defense. And this is exactly it. This is exactly it. It doesn't support her claims, and so she's desperate and trying to do this. And asking for this is just so unreasonable. District courts have wide discretion in imposing Rule 37b2a sanctions. Courts consider 1, the willfulness of the noncompliant party or the reason for noncompliance, 2, the efficacy of lesser sanctions, 3, the prejudice to the other party, 4, the duration of the period of noncompliance, and 5, whether the noncompliant party had been warned of the consequences of noncompliance. Lively fails to show willful disobedience of a court order. Willful disobedience is found only where the allegedly non-compliant party understood a clear court order. Lively contends that Heath violated the order. However, the order does not clearly direct defendants to produce all videos of Miss Heath giving birth. Rather, the order directs Heath to produce the video sought by RFP number 108 and described in paragraph 101 of the Wayfarer Southern District of New York complaint, namely, the post-delivery video shown to Lively in connection with the filming of a scene in which her character gives birth. Heath did so. He was directed to provide the video that he showed to or attempted to show Blake that day, and that's exactly what he did. Now, however, Lively claims that she learned at Heath's October 8th deposition that other, more extensive videos exist. Even if true that Lively only learned of other birthing videos at deposition, it does not change the fact that the order applies to the video described in RFP number 108 and paragraph 101 of Wayfarer's complaint. She asked for the video she was shown, and that's the video she was shown. So the existence of any other birth video has no relevance whatsoever to do with this case. Heath confirmed at his deposition that the video shown to Lively and produced in this action was not an incomplete or altered excerpt of a longer video showing the full labor and birth of Heath's child, as Lively suggests. So she's twisting what was said at the deposition. All she heard is there are other videos of the birth. But he said those were not what I showed you. It was a separate and distinct video taken after the birth of his daughter and kept on Heath's phone. Now listen to this, and you can believe this, and this is what many of us thought as soon as we heard this. Those of us with reasonable minds. In short, here we go. It was a separate and distinct video taken after, I said that. Heath explained that he did not keep any of the more intimate birth videos on his phone, as he was concerned about falling into the wrong hands. We can understand that. We may have videos of births or pictures of births, but that's not what gets put in the album. There's one to share and there's one to keep. That's just private for the parents. That's normal, and it makes perfect sense that you wouldn't walk around with the entire birth video of your wife in such a vulnerable situation on your phone in this event that it falls into the wrong hands. It makes total sense. Plus, who knows how long births can take hours? They can run into days. Who knows how long that one is? But the one that he carried around on his phone is the one that he showed to Blake, or attempted to show to Blake, and it is the only one that has anything to do with this case. In short, there is no court order directing Heath to produce all video footage recording the births of his children. And then there's a footnote here. Heath stores videos of the births of both his children on the same thumb drive. Lively does not make clear whether she is seeking the entirety of the footage of both births to search for whatever she claims she was shown. It's just maddening. This woman is a monster. But yeah, sure, we're only speaking badly about her because of Jed Wallace, right? Not because of things like this. She just makes herself more and more hated every day. ACC says, Dear Blake Lively, let's make this easy. It's the same thing as a friend asking you to show them that necklace you wore to that event. They're not asking for your entire collection. They only get to see the one. Exactly. Only the post-delivery video of his daughter shown to Lively on the set, as referenced in the pleadings and requested by Lively's RFP number 108, Heath cannot be sanctioned for violating a non-existent order, or one that did not clearly compel the production of evidence not sought in a discovery request. The pleadings do not reference any other birthing video, but only the short post-delivery video that Heath had on his phone. Yes, she is, Kristen. Blake is looking really crazy. Second, A court should impose the least harsh sanction which would serve as an adequate remedy. Courts should always seek to impose the least harsh sanction that will remedy the discovery violation. Lively seeks the harsh sanction of preclusion, in addition to the production of all birthing videos. Lively does not explain why she's entitled both to discovery and a sanction that would preclude Heath from presenting evidence contradicting Lively's claim of a more graphic video. Rejecting requests to compel discovery and issue a dispositive sanction at the time as contradictory. Oh, I forgot the beginning of that sentence. It tells us to see wager versus G4 as secure integration. Nor does Lively establish the significant prejudice required for preclusion. That is the most extreme sanction. Significant prejudice to the moving party may counsel for a harsher sanction. The birthing videos have little, if any, relevance. Heath does not dispute that he showed Lively a post-delivery video showing his nude wife holding their newborn daughter. The question of precisely what she saw will not be resolved by the production of all birthing videos. This video is so tame, it was posted on Instagram and allowed to stay there. Instagram does not allow what she's claiming she saw. It would have been taken down. They could have lost their accounts. This is ridiculous. A jury will decide this issue based on the credibility of the witnesses exactly, not whatever Lively may cherry pick from multiple recordings. The only thing that Lively will accomplish is to intrude on a highly personal and intimate experience to the extreme distress of Natasha Heath. Justice for Natasha Heath. I've long said these women have endured so much at the hands of Blake. The accusations against their husband, and now this. Yeah, Michelle. Michelle asks, is she expecting a close-up of her privates in a tub? Like, come on now. I mean, what a sicko. Because that's what she lied and said she saw. Like, never thinking ahead. This woman never thinks ahead. She, like, says what she wants to say in the moment without thought that at some point there's a reckoning. Third, the duration of the alleged non-compliance dictates denial of Lively's motion. District courts impose sanctions. I need to stop swiveling in my seat. I'm going to have a fart gate here from the squeaks. District courts impose sanctions where discovery delays have persisted for months or involved repeated failures to comply with court orders. And then we have this Green Mountain. We've seen this quoted like from the beginning of this about sanctions because there's been so many sanctions. We know these cases by heart. So many sanctions motions, none of them approved so far. Sanctions typically not issued where non-compliance is less than 4 months. Me too, Gigi. Gigi says, I love that Ellyn names Natasha. She's an innocent non-party and Blake is viciously using her. Yes. Well, claiming to be a spokeswoman for women, and yet who has she spoken for? What woman has she come to her assistance? In all this time, she's only harmed women. Glow loves books. Thank you so much. Spoiled rich kid who never faced consequences for her lies as an adult. Exactly. Exactly. Yes, Jungle Vet Jill. It's good Heath got to say that and stand up for his wife. These men must, oh my goodness. I can't even imagine the tears that they've cried on their wives' behalfs, truly, because they're both very emotional men who love their wives. I can't imagine how they must hate what this has done to their wives. Yes, AC, we all know she only wants this video to put out on the public to watch to humiliate her. Exactly. She's a monster. And I say that based on all of her actions that have even been worse since this lawsuit started. So if there is an organic pile on it, it has nothing to do with Jed Wallace. It has everything to do with things like this. So Blake, this is it. You're a horrible person. And you show us on a daily basis. And this is why we hate you. This motion is the first notice to the court of the alleged noncompliance. Thus, the duration of alleged noncompliance is insufficient for Rule 37B sanctions. Fourth, the court has not warned Heath of the consequences of noncompliance, specifically the failure to produce all footage relating to the birth of his daughter, and this is the first time this issue has been brought before the court. So all of these, you don't just jump to the most severe sanctions. This is insanity. For the foregoing reasons, defendant Jamey Heath respectfully requests that the court enter an order denying Lively's motion in its entirety. Hear, Ellen. This is just, this woman. I hate it so much. If you guys follow them on Instagram, you can just see what kind souls they are. And she just passed a birthday, and she posted a bunch of videos of her there dancing with her family members and dancing with him, and it was just so filled with love and joy. And I love to see that in spite of all of this nastiness at the hands of Blake, that they can still hold on to each other and still have these happy, beautiful moments together in love and in happiness and in family. And I just want to see them vindicated before the entire public for the nastiness that's been put out about them and for what they've gone through, and just be seen for who they really are and not what this monster has claimed them to be. Thank you so much, Angela. She says, I hope this time next year we are laughing at Blake and Ryan on on OnlyFans trying to pay bills. I'll send him his 10 spot to sit on a birthday cake. Oh my goodness, please share those pictures. Oh my goodness. They are single-handedly destroying themselves. They really and truly are. But it's, you know what's really sad is this picture in the thumbnail on the left. She's on Justin's podcast, and she's on there with Liz Plank, which is just disgusting to think about now. But the message that she put on that video was so beautiful, and she's moved to tears by it. Like, her feelings are real in what she says. Her career is devoted to helping women through motherhood and birth. The things that these people have to offer, the movies that Wayfair puts out, they're all about something. They're all about messages in some way or another, about hard times, about struggles that people go through. They're all there with good purposes behind them. And then you have her devoted to helping women. And this is what's happening to them. People who have really good things to put out into the world in a world that's gone mad. And then you have Blake and Ryan, who every interview that Ryan puts out is filthy vulgarity, crass humor that's not funny. He can't stop talking about his body parts that nobody wants to think about. Nobody. His wife just sits there and lies and is rude to people. I forgot who showed it on Instagram, but they showed her talking about someone had called what she wore on A Simple Favor menswear, and she's like, "Why call it menswear? Why does it have to be for men? Why can't it just be wear?" And then you have her in a different interview calling it menswear and talking about power suits. It just depends on who she's talking to. If it's someone she couldn't care less about, she wants to make them feel stupid. And she thinks she's making these supportive of women statements, these, women's equality statements. And she's doing nothing but being a terrible person and being mean to somebody if she doesn't feel they're worth her time or attention. And then when she turns around with someone who has a little bit more celebrity behind them, maybe she's a whole different person and contradicts what she said to bully the lesser guy. It's it's disgusting. And that's what they put out into the world compared to what these people put out into the world. So I just want to see this alter. It's why I stay with this. I couldn't care less about celebrities. I have no interest in celebrity gossip. But this is what keeps me hooked to this case for the people like Natasha and Jamey Heath. And what this has done to their life and how unfair it is. Thank you, Glow Loves Books. Yes, Blake will try to take authorship of OnlyFans. She will. Well, we've already seen what her OnlyFans will be like in that one picture that gets put out a lot with where she's got the guy spread eagle on the island in front of her. And it looks like she's, doing something that is seen on OnlyFans. It's just sickening what they put out. And then they're putting these good people through this mess. And I just love this response, and I hope that Lyman makes the correct decision on this. Oh, right. Oh, yeah, that's who it was. That's who it was on Instagram. So if you guys follow that channel, they put out really, really good stuff. They don't have, in my opinion, a big enough following for for all the good that they put out there. So if you have Instagram, be sure and check them out. They put stuff out every day. All right, guys, I just wanted to keep that one short. I saw that it had hit the docket, and this is one of the ones I felt so strongly about. So I just wanted to get it out there right away for those of you who don't maniacally check the docket. So there it is. And thanks again for coming back. And again, have a great night. And thank you, Christina. Oh, wait, I want to put this up. AC says 100. Cassidy, my mom still doesn't get it why I'm so invested. I said to Mom, imagine if it was my brother or your grandkids being accused by a powerful person and lied. Exactly. Exactly. Right. Where did that go? Jeanette Conroy, she is not supportive of any women. That's right. She's supportive of herself. And it's true of her stands. They're not out there supporting all women. They're supporting the celebrity they have a crush on. No matter what nasty thing she does, they support it. And no matter what any other woman is going through, they do not support her. It's sick. It's sick and twisted. And they want to call us misogynists. Shame on all of them. All right, guys, have a good night.